2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Windsor Gardens or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
The Gina and Maddie podcast.
This morning, I almost didn't make it to work, G.
You've just sent me a photo. I think it's your leg.
Yeah, look,
It's
it's
up
very
close.
Look,
be anything.
it saves me having to lift my leg all the way up over the desk, and I thought I'd just try and take a photo, and it hasn't quite worked. But
Looks very scratched.
I have done a real number on myself. So every night before I go to bed, I lay out my clothes on the lounge, in the lounge room, and so I can sneak out and get dressed without waking anyone up. So I get up at 3, and then I'm usually out of bed, out of the shower, 3:15, and then I'm in the lounge room just trying to be really quiet and, sneaking around getting dressed. Leave my bag, got my computer, everything laid out.
Organised, yeah.
Super organised. Now, yesterday afternoon did that, and also, so I had my clothes that I'm wearing now, and then I've also got what I call my TV clothes, because after the show today, I'm going down to Sydney Harbour and filming for Channel 7 Sydney Weekender. So I've got a different shirt and some pants and some different boots. So I've got 2 outfits that I've laid out. But my work clothes that I'm wearing now were laid out in one spot, and then the TV clothes were hanging up at a different spot. Okay. So I've done everything I needed to do. I've picked up my bag, headed out, straight out, and jumped in the car, started driving to work, and I've gone, damn it, I forgot to get the TV clothes that were hanging up in a different spot. It's just so annoying. So I've had to turn around and go back. And then what I've done is I've looked at my key ring and I've gone, oh, God. I took my house key off my key ring to give to my daughter yesterday because she went for a bike ride, and I was like, I need to pop down to the shop, so if I'm not home, here's my key. You can get back inside. So I don't have my key on my key ring, right?
No.
So then I went to the secret hidey hole, and there was no spare key there because someone, well, we won't name names like Bella or anything, but didn't put it back after using it, right? So so I don't have my key and I don't have the spare key, and I need my TV clothes. And I'm like, what am I going to do? So, and Bella sleeps with like rain noise on. So even if I go and tap on the window, I can walk up the stairs and tap on the window, the bedroom window, she's not going to hear me, right? So I'm tap, 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 did a bit of tap, 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 tap. I'm like, God damn it, what am I going to do? And I went, okay, I'm a little irresponsible. I'm pretty sure I didn't shut one of the windows properly around the side. So it's now 3:45 in the morning. I am scaling up pitch black. So I've got the torch on like a boomer walking around the shops who's forgotten to turn the torch off. I've got the torch on and I'm trying to look at it, and I'm scaling up the side of my house. I've got one leg on a bit that I don't even know what part of the house I had my leg on. And then I've sort of pried open one of the windows. I'm like, yes. So it's an old wooden window, those ones that just sort of pop out there's a gap that's probably, I don't know, I thought was big enough for me to get through. I got one leg through. I got my head and shoulders through. So I'm like, and the drop to inside is probably, once I've got my head and shoulders through, is probably about 1 metre, and the drop outside of where I was balancing was probably about 1.5 metres. But that's concrete, and on the inside is just floorboards. Okay. So I'm like, I've got this.
You've gone leg first.
This is the way I thought it would be best. So if I went leg first to try and then get in, and then duck my head under the window, get a shoulder through, and then I was like, yes, this is happening. I'm what MacGyver, eat your heart out, right? So I'm in. To that point.
Breach.
Yeah. And then that was as far as I could go. I'm like,
oh my God.
I can't move now. And so my head and shoulders are stuck inside with one leg. My crutch is leaning on the other wooden part of the window where the latch would be, with my other leg just dangling. outside for dear life. And I'm like, oh my God. So I'm shuffling around and I thought what I could do is maybe kick off. So I had my shoes on. I could kick off one of my, I'm wearing chunky Nike Air Force shoes. So I thought I'd kick off one of those. It might give me a little bit more space. Yeah. I've kicked off one of those and I have fallen like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible when he's dropping from the roof. And then I've caught myself on the window ledge with my leg and I'm just now, I am completely dangling upside down. And then all of a sudden I hear boom, 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 boom.
No.
Coming. Then with a sign of light, bang, Bella, my wife, is just standing in front of me holding a cricket bat, right, just ready to belt the absolute bejesus out of me because she thinks it's a rubbish. She goes, oh my God. I said, oh my God, I need help. I've been dangling here for about 3 minutes, unsure of what I am going to do. I almost got like a cover drive to the head, right? And she's like, okay. So she at still half asleep, probably going, is this a dream or is this real life? 3:50 in the morning is helping her husband bring him down from the window, carry him down to the floor where I just then collapse in a lump. And I go, oh my God, thanks so much. I forgot my clothes. She's like, you idiot, get your clothes and get out of here. I almost called the cops.
Oh my God, at least you know that if anything ever happens, you're fine. You don't even have to get up and check for the burglar because she's going to come with that cricket bat.
She'll smack him to cow corner, no worries.
Gina and Maddie.
A little bit of a big day for this guy today, Gina. You know, I have been banging on about my performance in the high school musical that I did in 1998 at Cromer High, Guys and Dolls.
Yes, sir, when you see a guy
Now,
reach for stars in the
Everyone
sky,
remembers that.
can bet that he's
Everyone.
doing it for
Yeah.
some dime.
mostly my mum and dad. That's about it. And now Handa Opera on Sydney Harbour are putting on a production of Guys and Dolls down on Sydney Harbour, which is beautiful. It's like an open air stage.
Wow.
They've done it for years. They've had Phantom of the Opera, West Side Story, Miss Saigon. They put all the big shows on there, and it runs through March to April. And today, after much campaigning from myself to try and get some sort of, input into this production, I have got the call up to do a story for Channel 7, Sydney Weekender, interviewing the entire cast, going behind the scenes, doing a bit of stuff with the choreographer, Kelly Abbey, who was like a big name in musical theatre. I'm a bit excited about meeting her. So I cannot wait, and I've just got to try and not embarrass myself and the good people at Channel 7 too much.
And the thing is, this might be one of those moments where they're tricking you. We'll get him to come in and he'll think he's doing an interview, but in actual fact, it's an audition.
Oh, do you think?
Could be.
For like a under
Yes.
understudy?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
I know. So I think just be prepared because it might not actually be for Channel 7. That's what
I
I'm
had a
thinking.
message. I had a message from a friend of mine yesterday. She said, "If you do not audition mid-interview for this, you're dead to me."
Definitely. So I want to test you. How well do you know Guys and Dolls?
Oh God! Am I being put to the test by a quiz?
I'm going to quiz you. Have you got Guys and Dolls quiz music?
Oh, I can get what. You know
You
what?
probably
Hang on. I've got some off-Broadway music.
Oh,
Yeah,
perfect.
let's use this.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
perfect.
Here's your quiz. You ready?
Okay,
Matt
well,
Baisley.
this is going to be a very hard one for people in the car to play along to, unless they are big Guys and Dolls fans. But hey, come for the ride, guys.
You're the only one I've ever met. Anyway, who wrote the score to Guys and Dolls?
Oh God, it's not Gershwin. It was. Is it Frank Lozier? Frank Lozier. Yes.
Now, if you
Thank
need
very much.
if you need help, I'll give you things to rhymes with.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Where does Adelaide's trip to Niagara end up stopping for the 14th time?
I'm going to get on the train for Niagara. The mood's sublime. I'm going to get off at Saratoga for the 14th time. Saratoga.
And Saratoga's just up the road here.
Beautiful.
True or false? Guys and Dolls won the Tony Award for Best Musical.
Oh, it won. It
Yes.
definitely won.
Yeah, definitely, yes. Which of these actors has not yet played Sky Masterton on Broadway? I don't have multiple choice.
Hang on. So you're asking me which of these actors, and you have no actors on the piece of paper. Can you put CJ's mic on? Someone put CJ's mic on because my button isn't working.
Okay, her mic's on, but she doesn't want it near her face.
CJ.
Hello.
CJ. Did you write these questions for Gina? Because I know Gina would have done a thorough Q&A on this. Is this you?
Maybe.
Okay, I can make it up. I'll make it up. Okay. I'm going to give you some multiple choice.
This
Which
is
of these
amazing.
actors has not yet played Sky Masterton on Broadway?
Yep.
Tom Cruise,
Yep.
Tom Hanks.
Yep.
What's you pussycat? What's his last name? Tom.
Tom Jones.
Or Ewan McGregor.
Well, none of them. None of them have played Sky Masterson on Broadway.
Yes!
Okay, brilliant. Whoa, this is going so well. We're definitely not having a meeting after 9. This is really good.
Guys and Dolls is based on the stories of what writer? Oh, this is hard.
Oh, I know. The opening song is called Runyon Land, and it's
Yeah.
named after the writer. I don't know his first name, but it's something Runyon.
Rhymes with Feynman.
Damon Runyon. Yes. Okay, all right. I'm feeling confident going into this interview today. Can't go any worse than this.
Which actress won a Tony Award playing Miss Adelaide in 1992?
Oh, that's the soundtrack I've been listening to. Is it Prince or Price? Something?
Yeah, no, Prince is correct.
Prince.
First
something
name,
Prince.
First name rhymes with
Yeah.
Waif.
Waif?
Starts with F.
Oh, is it Faith Prince? Now everyone can play along. Everyone is playing along now.
This is the world's hardest game.
Is this the last one?
Oh, yes, I think it's...
Let's make it the last one, even if it's not.
Let me try and pick one that's possible. Who sings...
For everyone who's, can I just say, for anyone who's tuned in, right, mid-break, right, you've just turned the radio on and go, what is going on? Gina is putting me to the test of a Guys and Dolls quiz because I'm interviewing the cast for Guys and Dolls today for Channel 7. Anyway, okay, let's
I'm
wrap
going to do
this
another
up.
one that's terrible. Which
Okay. Oh, is this a CJ question again?
yes.
Okay.
Which is not the name of a horse being discussed in Fugue and Tin Horns?
Well, I can tell you the 3 horses that are named in
Okay,
Fugue for Tin
okay.
Horns. I got the horse right here. His name is Paul Revere. There's Paul Revere, Epitaph,
Yeah.
and Valentine are the 3 horses that are named in it.
Okay, I'll
So-
add one more to that.
Okay, yeah.
Clara.
Clara! Clara's not named. Oh, my God, I don't know how I did it. Wow.
That was the world's worst competition. Oh. CJ's going, wrap it up.
Wow. You got any more questions that you haven't written out? So anyway, all right, let's go to
Gina and Maddie.
Gina Jeffries. Let's go. 7:30 report. Eat your heart out. Here comes some investigative journalism.
I did a real deep dive into old TV shows and how they've predicted what technology would be. Because when we were kids, they go, oh, imagine one day if there were flying cars or, you know, all the stuff that you thought that will never, ever happen. And you can imagine our grandparents probably thought, you know, it's the same thing about just normal cars or whatever. So TV shows have predicted stuff very accurately, mostly. Couple fails. Here we go.
Okay.
Dick Tracy comics in 1946. Smartwatches. The detective Dick Tracy wore a 2-way wrist radio in the comics. And in reality, Apple, Samsung and other released smartwatches with communication and health tracking features in the 2010s. So they got that right in 1946.
Absolutely nailed it.
Nailed it. 1965, Get Smart. Shoe phone. Fail.
Oh, wouldn't it be good to have a shoe phone?
But imagine what if our boss Shane with a Y, who just killed a cockroach, had a shoe phone and he had to put his ear up to where cockroach guts just was.
It would be a Haviana phone, like a thong phone.
That's
is
right.
What he would have. Did they have cone of silences come true? Because
No,
they used to love
another
that
fail.
and Get Smart. Yeah, well, that actually didn't even
Another.
work in the show, though, did it? So,
That's right. Star Trek. Remember Star Trek, the original series in 1966? The show predicted tablet-like devices, which did come through like iPads, but it also suggested a fully paperless future. But paper's everywhere, especially for you, Baisley. You love your paper.
Don't know. I love forests. What are you talking about? I don't like printing.
Now, video calls. In 2001, A Space Odyssey, which was set in 1968, predicted featured video calls via a picture phone, they called it. Video calling became common in the 2000s with Skype, rest in peace, FaceTime and Zoom. Amazing. They nailed it. Now, do you remember Knight Rider and Kit, the car?
Yeah, I do. That was Hasselhoff, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah. It was kind of a win. I mean, self-aware car with perfect AI was way more advanced than today's smart cars. We have AI assistance and self-driving features, but Kit had a personality and stuff. So we're not quite there. It's kind of a win. Do you remember the show Beyond 2000?
Oh, wasn't that with your celebrity crush, Amanda Keller?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Well, they used to back in, it started in 1985 and finished in 1999, and they used to predict what might happen beyond 2000.
Why couldn't the show go after 1999, Gee?
I think they thought their world was going to end.
Right.
That smart fridge obsession was happening. So that's kind of a win. Like, we do have smart fridges now, but and they don't cook for you, but they will order you groceries, but they're not as popular as they were expecting back then.
It's so expensive, that's why.
They're too expensive.
Have you seen those fridges that you can just like knock on the door and
Yes,
it goes
lights
clear
up.
and you can see what's in the fridge? It's like,
Such
do
a
you
good
need that?
idea.
Is
Well-
it? Because you could just open the fridge and see what's in it.
Don't come from Queensland and open the fridge, because you're letting all the cold air out. And if you live in
God.
Queensland, sometimes you open the fridge just to get the cool.
You just unlocked a childhood trauma from my mum. Just shut the fridge, you're letting all
Yes.
the cold air out. No, it's okay. It'll stay cold for 30 seconds. It's fine, Mum. It's okay.
No, but it was longer than 30 seconds as a teenager standing
Yeah, true.
glaring into that fridge.
Okay.
Do you remember Sequest DSB? This was 1993 to
No,
1996.
do you?
No, I don't. But they had a widespread underwater colonisation. They thought people were going to live underwater. Fail.
Yeah, no.
No, I don't remember that show. But Black Mirror. Do you remember Black Mirror in
Oh,
2011?
yeah, I watched a few episodes of that.
It was
Yes.
a kind of a win. It came eerily close on some tech like AI and surveillance, but some ideas like digital consciousness uploading, still a bit sci-fi, sort of a win. But our big winner,
Yep.
the biggest winner, meet George Jetson.
Here we go. What's it? Spacely Sprockets? Whoa, I almost said the wrong word there. That would have been very interesting. Spacely Sprockets.
Do you know this? Do you know the words? Jay,
Yeah.
his wife. No, I won't make you sing it. So
His
this,
daughter Judy and his boy Elroy. Yeah, that's
and what's
how
the
it goes.
dog's name?
Astro.
Rastro. So this was 1962 to 1963. Then it was revived in the 80s. Surprisingly accurate. Video calls and teleconferencing. Yes. George Jetson used to often talk to his boss through a screen, if you remember. They had smartwatches and wearable tech. The characters used wrist-worn communication devices, similar to what we have today. Now, if you think back, they had flat-screen TVs and streaming. I can't believe it. Like, they had stuff a little bit like Netflix and YouTube back then. If you remember, they had smart home automation and voice assistants. Rosie the robot controlled household functions, a bit like Alexa. She was a bit smarter, but
No, you know what Rosie is? She's the Jetsons' version of the RoboVac because she
Yes.
was always vacuuming. She was
Exactly.
always vacuuming. She's the RoboVac.
exactly, they should have called that Rosie. They had online shopping and delivery. Jane Jetson, remember, a screen would pop down and she would order from the screen and it would get delivered with drone deliveries. I mean, we're kind of getting there with that, right?
Yeah, well, they do drone. Amazon does drone drop-offs in the
Yes.
States.
Moving-
Domino's deliver via robots in the States. Yeah.
Exactly. They had moving sidewalks and treadmills for exercise. We absolutely have those now. Drones and flying cars, kind of a win. So we don't have personal flying cars yet, but drone taxis and experimental flying vehicles are being developed. So give it a couple of years and they might be right. Printing and food replicators. Do you remember they used to push a button and a meal would come out, like a
Yeah.
meal dispenser? So
Yep.
there are 3D food printing things now and rapid food service technology. Kind
Did
of a
they-
win.
Have we got like when they used to get dressed and they'd stand on the travel
that's
later
right.
and they would walk into like it would slide into the wardrobe and then they'd come out dressed in clothes?
Oh no,
That's what we
don't.
need.
And
We need
shower.
that.
It just
Yeah.
used to go in and it would wash you and dry you in like 2 seconds.
And tube travel. We need tube travel. We haven't got
So-
any tube travel yet.
Okay, I thought they did well. We've got a bit of a way to go.
The Gina and Maddie Podcast.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, Reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Windsor Gardens or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.